Hello, Alex here, and today's video is my unboxing of the Holga 120 CFN. Let's get into it. So I do have to be honest, I have already unboxed this camera and put a test roll through it, but that's because I purchased it used and wanted to make sure it actually worked. To make it up to you, I'm going to show you half the pictures from the first test roll. I'm going to go downstairs now and we'll get into the actual unboxing. See you back here in a bit. All right, so here it is. Let's crack it open and have a look at what's inside. First thing, we have a book, Holga Biolomography, The World Through a Plastic Lens. This is probably a lot like their books of different cities. So showcasing pictures taken using lomography films, lomography cameras, just to give you an idea of what you can expect and what you can potentially do with some creative techniques and different films. Pretty cool. I'll look through it another time properly. Next, we have a body mask. Okay, so this is like the one on the Holga pinhole. This appears to be a 645 mask. Yeah, so you can get 16 645 shots or 12 6x6 square shots natively with this camera just by swapping out this mask and switching the window on the back, as we'll get to. Here is the manual. Yeah, manual for the camera in, okay, a few different languages. Loading film, choosing your aperture, using the flat taping. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. We'll come back to the camera, but there is an accessory case here. What do we have inside? Two very old alkaline AA batteries. I'm probably not going to put those in the camera. I'll probably put in some newer batteries that are less likely to explode. I'll send those off to recycling. A strap, which I won't use because I have Peak Design anchors for everything. A roll of electrical tape. Okay, so that's what the thing in the manual was about, yeah. If your Holga has light leaks, they supply you with, okay, it's 3M, it's high quality electrical tape. Just if you identify any part of your particular camera that leaks light, you can seal it over, which is pretty cool. And then a roll of expired, 2009 Superior 100 in 120. Now that is a very nice find. I'm not shooting this in the Holga. I'll shoot it in something else down the line. But I'm probably never going to get another roll of this, so that is very, very nice. That's going to go into the freezer. So the camera itself, obviously my version is bright red, which is funny. Where do we start? Lens cap, take that off. So let's start with the lens, I guess. It's a singlet with only one plastic element. The focal length is 60 millimeters. There are two aperture settings. The widest is f8. And then with this switch, you can choose between f8 and f11, depending on your shooting conditions. There is a shutter release over here on the left, but it doesn't have a threaded cable release socket, which is kind of annoying, but honestly, you don't really expect that on something like a normal Holga. It's on the pinhole camera because the shutter speeds are so long, but this, it doesn't make as much sense to include it, so I won't hold it against them. There's a tripod socket on the bottom, and you have two shutter speeds to choose from, N and B, normal and bulb. So N is 1/100th or 1/125th of a second. I think it's 1/125th. And then bulb is just, the shutter stays open as long as you hold the button down. The unique selling feature of this over other 120 Holgas is the flash, which is built right into the top. So there's a dial on the top here with 4 different settings for white, red, blue, and yellow. And as you turn that, you put a different color filter gel in front of the flash, so you can color the flash that you're using for your shot or just use a naked flash. That's pretty cool. The viewfinder is here on the front. You're not viewing through the lens, so you will get parallax effects at close focusing distances, but that's fine. That's kind of within the realm of normality for Holga type cameras. Speaking of focusing, there are 4 settings to choose from. Mountain, group of people, 2 people and a kid, and 1 person. So, it's very hand wavy, rough, but with a singlet plastic lens, I don't think it's going to matter too much. On the rear of the camera, that's the viewfinder you look through. It's a bit annoying if you wear glasses. The eye point is quite poor. I take my glasses off because critical sharpness doesn't matter when you're not looking through the lens anyway, but that's just something to be aware of if you do wear glasses. The film advance knob is up here. You just turn that to advance your film and view the backing paper through here. So you can see you can select either 16 or 12 shots, whether you're shooting 6x6 or 645. The reason for that is that 120 film has different sets of numbers on the backing paper that you can view for different film formats. So top to bottom, because I need to hold this taut, I can't point, are 645, 6x6, and 6x9. You don't really get 6x7 on film on backing paper as far as I'm aware. So you would use the top two for this, and the film is loaded left to right, so it's upside down. So the 6x6 is the middle number, and then the 645 is the bottom number, as viewed from the rear of the camera. On my copy, it's quite stiff, but you just push that up and down as needed. You can't change mid-roll, you have to commit before you start shooting, because you need to throw in the alternative 645 mask if you want to shoot 645. We have these slider locks on the sides, just like with the pinhole camera. You push them down to disengage and allow you to open the camera. And that's the film back, nothing fancy. So inside we have where you load your film. This is your take-up spool. One is included with the camera. And then you just take out the mask if you want to swap it out. Or, importantly, the batteries, the 2 AA batteries that this thing takes to power the flash. If I fire that now, will you be able to see it? Yeah, so that's it on bulb mode. And if I set it to normal, then I think the last thing to talk about on the camera itself is the control setup for the flash. It's pretty simple. So you obviously, as I mentioned, you have the dial to choose the color you're shooting. So you use this switch to turn on the flash, and then this LED will illuminate bright orange when the flash is fully charged. It does emit quite a nasty whine, which I won't put in the video because it hurts my ears, so it'll probably hurt you. But it never actually stops whining once it's fully charged, so you really do need to turn the flash off in between shots just to save your and everyone else's ears. So that's that. Let's go upstairs and have a look at the pictures from the test roll. So yeah, that's the unboxing. I think the most surprising thing was okay, there were two things. The self-awareness with the electrical tape. That's really high quality electrical tape. I use cheap electrical tape to bind my 120 rolls anyway, so that's quite nice. But the roll of Superior 100 was a total curveball. I thought it was Pro 400H, and it's something way nicer. I really can't wait to see how that turns out when I shoot it in whatever I end up shooting it in. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, the pictures with this Holga, this plastic lens. What did I do? What did I get? So I shot a roll of Lomography's Berlin Kino 400 through this camera because I wanted to shoot a black and white film that I could easily stand develop in Rodinal, 1+100, room temp, 90 minutes because I was lazy. And I wanted something with a reasonable ISO. You know, 400 is middle of the road for like F11 on a cloudy day in Ireland. I didn't want to be stuck to something that was either ISO 25, like my Rollei Ortho films, or Delta 3200, which I know you can pull, but it's still too much for a fixed shutter speed camera at daytime. So these pictures are a mixture of single and double exposures, some with, some without flash, and I think it works quite nicely. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy with the results. Everything is mechanically in working order. I'm going to shoot some wild color films through this in the coming weeks, and hopefully we'll get some nice pictures with that too. So thank you for sticking to the end of this video. I think I'm probably going to shoot this with the Holga 120 pinhole camera, which I previously did an unboxing video on, together, because they're probably not that interesting, at least to my audience, as few of you as there are, compared to something, you know, like a more serious camera. But together I think they could make for an interesting video. So if you have any ideas for what film stocks I should run through them, do let me know and I can stock up in advance because I'm running out of 120 film and need to do a restock soon anyway. If you like this video and enjoy what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing or donating to my Patreon, where the tiers start at just €1 per month. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram at Shaka1277 for new pictures every single day. Both of my next videos are going to be infrared focused, so if that's the kind of thing you're into, I'll see you around. Stay safe and bye for now.